Ah, ah. Hey, everybody. When it rains, it pours, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't it always something? Hey, everybody. It's Tyler McVicker, the Passionate Gamer. I'm alive. You sound under the weather. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Bumpy226. Sack tier. Thank you so much for the 22 months tier 1. Bumpy was also tier 1. I'm sick. Hello. It's your boy, Bob Belcher. Jane. It's the principle of the thing, Lynn. See, the problem is I've been sick for like a week. And before that, people were dying. People are still dying in my life. And before that, it's just one thing after another. If you've noticed, I've been kind of like disappeared for a while. And that just generally comes down to life. That's just how it goes. How are we doing? But it was my wife's birthday a little while ago, about a week ago. This shit's bananas, 5'4". Thank you so much, 5 months Twitch Prime. It's my wife's birthday a couple of days ago. And for her birthday, her sister came over and made her a cake. It was very nice. Her sister has children, 2 of them. And she didn't know it at the time, but she was carrying just a wild-ass cold or something. I started feeling sick almost immediately. This is actually me feeling a bit better than I had felt before. All right, 5'4", Meet Murdoch. Sickly McVickley, that's me, 23 months Twitch Prime. Zarth Ben, 45 months Twitch Prime. Thank you so much. She made a cake and everything, but then that night I was like, my throat's starting to feel weird. And then the next day I couldn't really get out of bed. So is it the flu or just a regular cold? I think it's a cold. But it's one of those, if it's a cold, it's a fucking wild cold. I've tried recording a video. I've tried streaming. This is me better than I was before, but I tried so recently Valve Software is trying to be able to figure out the best time to be able to release the Steam frame. And many people have tried to speculate if the Steam frame would have something to do with the future release of HLX. And it's like, no, that doesn't sound right. It's like I could just do a video with this voice, but every fucking comment's going to be like, Tyler hit puberty? Tyler hit puberty? It might be COVID. It could straight up be COVID, but I am vaxxed, so, okay. Like, if it's COVID, I'll be fine. I have gotten my boosters, so. Oh, when Tyler starts smoking. Tyler's like my dad. He left for a pack of smokes and never came back. Aren't comments good for the algorithm? I don't give a yes, they are, but they're also incredibly annoying. So, low-key, the voice sounds good. Damn, Tyler, that voice, tell that voice to leave some pussy for the rest of us. It's okay. You can have it. I don't need it. That voice right now would work perfectly as VC. I don't know what VC is. Tyler sounds like a wise old grandpa. Yeah, I can hit real low notes, Jane. Trailer voice. In a world where Congress calls Gabe Newell for questioning, one man world premiere. Yeah, I just start smoking and I could be the next golden voice. In a world where our president posts videos of himself dumping buckets of shit on protesters, one man, Damn, son, where'd you find this? Hope you fully recover. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm sick. I don't know how long I'll be able to do this, but I did want you to I wanted you to let's just let's catch up, let's do some catch up. So just ask me questions. We'll talk about it when my voice hurts enough that I can't keep talking, then we'll stop. All right. Because like this does hurt, right? But I feel like I need to talk. I need to tell you that I'm alive and that I do want to make videos, and I do have videos in production, outlined, ready to go, sponsors lined up, that kind of thing. I'm still doing my job. It's just I haven't been able to publish anything. So, time travel show update would have been out by now if I didn't get sick. Would have happened by now if I hadn't gotten sick and people hadn't died. Have I played Call of the Void yet? No, I have not. Tomato, 11 months Twitch Prime. Cynic 105, 26 months Twitch Prime. Portal Person 99, 68 months Twitch Prime. Zarth Ben 45 months Twitch Prime. Meet Murdoch 23 months Twitch Prime. Thank you so much. Call of the Void is sick, I've heard. Shout outs Twitch being just a terrible platform. I don't watch streamers at all. Like, I think the only streamer I actively watch is, well, none of them, but I do watch VODs of Jerma and Joel. I do like Jerma and Joel, but I don't watch them live. I don't watch anybody live. I do watch Alvea Sanctuary a lot, and that's Maya, and I love Maya. But a lot of that comes down to I fucking love what she does with conservation and animal education and stuff. And so I only knew Emaru through Maya, because when Texas flooded, she was in that video, right? And so that's the only reference point I had for what happened, right? Also, watch Maya and Alvea Sanctuary. They're like the best fucking thing on the entire platform by far. But like, obviously I don't have the kind of following where I could even consider myself to be on the same level as that. Nose X Haver, thank you very much for the new Twitch Prime. But I deal with stalkers and creeps all the time, and I don't even it's not even that people want to fuck me. It's just people want to kill me. I could imagine if I was doing this and I was also a woman, it would be much harder. It would be even harder for me. But I like, oh God, overblown trauma? No. That's a failure on every level of Twitch. If you think it's if you think that what happened was overblown, then you have no idea what it's like to work in the public eye. None. I saw a clip of her being like, I could have been stabbed. Yeah, she could have been stabbed. Would it have been overblown at that point? No. It was not overblown. Twitch, get your shit together, okay? What the fuck? It's your convention. What the fuck? Like, I don't like to dogpile or like do the drama bullshit, but it's like, ooh. Like at my tiny D-list level, I deal with shit like that all the time. Get your shit together. Oof. God, it sucks. That sucks. And she's pressing charges. She should sue Twitch. She should sue. She should sue. Yeah, but no, fucked up. They're like, we'll give him a 30-day ban on the platform. He'll open an alt. Like, what? Have you heard about the massive AWS outage? Yeah. Any convention for mainstream thing is going to cater to the lowest common denominator. Okay. You still need security. You still need security. QuakeCon security was better than Twitch's security. And QuakeCon is tiny compared to TwitchCon. Yeah, anyways. So, whoever said it was overblown, I'd love to know how old you are. Anyways, so we're going to take some questions. Why can't Twitch stop having design? Didn't TwitchCon also that poor woman that like broke her fucking spine in the ball pit or something? Was that TwitchCon? McLaren, thank you so much for the 12 months. That was also Twitch? Good fucking God. The foam pit had steel beams. Good God. DashCon ball pit was just full of cum and pee. That's not going to destroy your spine, at least not quickly. Will Gabe Newell pass on his inheritance to his son? You mean Valve? Will Valve go to Gray or the other one I don't know the name of after Gabe passes? No. Her name was Adriana. Yeah, I don't know her, but what happened was awful. Okay, so just ask some questions. Val will go to Scott Lynch. I don't know who. Robin Walker, David Sprayer. It could be a bunch of people. I used to think Gary Newman was Gabe Newell's son. A lot of special treatment for that man. So I mean, I would. Yeah. Thoughts on the latest Deadlock leaks? Yeah, the Deadlock team is cooking. The Deadlock team's cooking. No cap. For real. For real. It's fire. I've been on God. I've been spending some time with my family a lot lately, and I have a couple nephews. That one nephew is 11 and the other nephew is 14. And Saturday Night Live did that sketch because Sabrina Carpenter just hosted, and so Electra actually watched the whole episode. And they did the sketch with the 12-year-old podcast, and the whole time they were just like 6, 7, and on God, that's chopped for real. No, on God, no cap, you know? And I'm just like, yeah, that's how they sound. That's how they sound. Yeah. And so like, you know, because Electra's grandmother passed, and we had the funeral and a bunch of like gatherings and stuff, and there was a lot of family so, you know. Yeah, the 6'7" kid tried to do a meme coin, and it was the most obvious rug pull that actually only profited like a couple $100,000. Like, it was bleak by rug pull standards. Crypto is a scam, and it will never be able to supplant bank-backed fiat currency. And if you buy into that, I think you might want to see a therapist. Borealis Tier 1, get well soon. Thank you so much. Hello. Am I ill? Yes. Yeah, I'm pretty sick. So what we're going to do is you can just ask me anything, and I'll just get to the videos. I'll get to the questions as I see them. This dude's sick as fuck, for real. Yeah. Yeah, so thoughts on the Deadlock leaks. So I don't know if you guys saw it. There were some interesting Deadlock leaks. Deadlock is like Deadlock is awesome. Like, the people behind the team, it just seems like they do have a vision in their mind and they know what they're doing. And it's just, we're kind of just waiting it out, you know, for it to be out, for it to be done. And when it's done, it's going to be insane. But like, Oh my God. Like, no, the shit that's come out lately is fucking fire. It's so good. I have to pull up all the shit. It looks amazing. Like, they're redoing the bases. And I'm sure you've seen this. Let me move some stuff around so you can see it. Can I donate and request music if you want? Look at this. Oh, that's from the bingo card. Doop. So this is one of the new bases. Look at this. It's like a druid, like it. I don't know. It just looks fucking amazing. This is the new patron model. These down here are the new shrines, but each side is going to take on a different aesthetic and stuff. The colors are more defined. It's so cool. This is Yamato's new redesign, because Yamato's been using the Neon Prime look this whole time. And so they've been passing around back and forth trying to come up with what the new Yamato design will be. That's the new Yamato redesign. That's a work in progress, obviously, but it's just, oh my God, the art style of this game is insanity. And once they start shipping more casual game modes, which they're working on ARAM right now, which is, random mid fights. And then you got Venerator, who was called Priest in the files, or he had previously leaked as something called Priest. This is unfinished. He's untextured and a bunch of stuff. New mic or cold? Cold. I'm sick. So this is a gun-based character. It just, guys, like, it's like they're killing it. This shit looks so good. Like, so these are some of the more recent leaks. And then there's a bunch of like text information that's also leaked. $1.99. Do you think it'll have comics? Yeah, not only will it have comics, it'll have shorts. It'll have comics and shorts. My name is House. Knock on my door. I'm gonna heal you like you've never been healed before. My name is House. You may not like it, but you gonna survive. My name is House. Apparently, the Tourist Viscous redesign got canceled. You've got Boho. Boho's in design, still in design. People were passing around. Oh yeah, this was me, sick as hell, in between funerals because I had 2 in one day. How about that? I'm gonna cure everyone in the world. I got my team. I got my crew. What is bro blabbering about? I'm so sorry that your life sucks, man. Yeah, so Taurus Viscous apparently got scrapped. ARAM is coming to Deadlock. There's hyper casual. It's a roguelite ARAM. So there's like roguelite stuff. You build roguelike 3 random items from a loot table. You pick which one you want. They're working on casual game modes and stuff. So for those that want more, casual stuff, it's coming. It's really cool though, because it's like, should we be waiting for the Game Awards? How many times do I have to tell you? I'm not answering that question. No matter how you manipulate the words to try and get me to comment on a possible release or announcement date, I don't answer questions associated with a possible release or announcement date. I don't have that information. Any more data mines in the future? Yeah, I mean, if I am well enough to, because data mines take like 6 to 10 hours. You know. When will I join the Smashing Pumpkins? Are they looking for a new passionate gamer? Between Deadlock, HLX, and some other projects, do you think there's a chance of seeing an Orange Box 2? No. Thoughts on this year's Scream Fortress? I didn't play it. I've been pulled a lot of different directions. Are there any leaks besides HLX, TF, and Deadlock? Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff related to the Steam frame, how it works, its operating system, that kind of thing. The Steam frame is literally like more so an any day now announcement compared to HLX. You know, and should the last data mine make us believe HLX might not be content locked? Yeah. If you were to play HLX at some point for testing, would you let us know? No. Cool hat, thank you. If I was okay, so hypothetically, if that were to happen, which it hasn't, I've not played HLX, I'd be under like the most severe NDA of my life. I'm not gonna play with that if that were to ever happen, which it hasn't. I wouldn't even be talking about it like this if it happened. I would ignore your questions. I still think Deadlock actually rose from the ashes of the canceled Half-Life RTS. That's possible. Favorite Beatles album? Hard Day's Night. Don't we already have the VR GameScope release for the Steam frame? Yes. Technically. At £1.99, how far away are we from a Steam console? Over a year. We got a Steam frame is next. Do you listen to Blur at all? Yeah. For a person that likes British music, it's a little too British for me. But yeah, I like Blur. Hard Day's Night's best album? It's my favorite. I don't know if it's the best. Favorite hot dog fixins? Ketchup? Will HLX Music be in-house or outsource? In-house. Couldn't be here last stream. What indicated HLX might not be content locked? Space assets. Science assets, I mean. Tits or thighs? Wouldn't ignoring that kind of question be a massive giveaway? Can y'all stop being insane? You're making me hate my job. You're making me hate this. Paul McCartney or John Lennon? Paul McCartney. It's like, guys, I'm not the fact that everything I ever say has to be like read into as if it's a double meaning, as if I was Valve, is incredibly annoying. I'm not that important and I don't have those kind of connections. That's not how this works. Stop it. What kind of cake do you want for your birthday? I'm not a big cake guy. I'd love some chicken pot pie though. Have you ever been offered HLX plot details? Yes, and I always turn them down. Yeah, no. So my the way I go about handling HLX this time around is a lot different than how I handled HLVR, in that I turn down most sources that want to give me information. If I was more vindictive and immature, I would probably have been able to get significantly more information about this project out than I already have. Most people that try to come to me with information are lying anyways, because it's such a high profile thing nowadays that a lot of people want to be able to like, you know, get me to report on some false information, to do a dunk or something like that. And the few times that I do have like a trusted individual, like that I genuinely have verified, give me stuff, it's like, okay, this is just going to ruin somebody's play experience if this comes out. Like, here's the way I think about it. Here's the way I look at it, right? This isn't some Busy Balderus, 24 months, 2 months streak. Thank you so much. I wish you a speedy recovery. Thank you. It's just a cold, I hope. Let me put it this way. We only live a certain amount of time. And what we're currently waiting for isn't some, like, half-promised thing with a whole bunch of caveats like Half-Life Alyx was, right? Half-Life Alyx was super exciting, but it had all these asterisks of, it's not a sequel, you're not playing as Gordon, it's VR only, it's incredibly expensive, it's very... comparatively, it's kind of smaller scope. It's not what you... It's only like 35% of what you want. Staple Gunner gifted a tier 1 sub to Delta Designs. Thank you so much. Yeah, so, but this is Half-Life 3. This is HLX. This is the full-blown thing. This is what you've been waiting for, right? And the way I think about it is, everybody watching, myself included, is gonna die one day, right? We're only in our 20s or our teen years for so long, and we're only gonna get one Half-Life 3. There's only ever gonna be one Half-Life 3, right? So there are a lot of details and information and tiny bits of pieces of information that I guess could be entertaining for a little bit, but will ruin the gameplay experience on many different facets at the end of the day, right? And the fact that everybody just, like, needs these details in order to survive, I understand. The world is insanely terrifying right now, and most people, especially in my demographic and my age and younger, have very little to look forward to. I think regardless of what side of the political spectrum you're on or whatever country you live in, the future seems kind of bleak if you're younger and you have a whole life ahead of you and you're like, what the fuck is 2050 going to look like, you know? When I'm in my 40s, when I'm in my 50s, what the fuck is that going to look like? That's terrifying. And so a lot of us use this, like Half-Life, HLX, Half-Life 3, as like the thing to keep you from ending it all. And I said this last time, and I'm going to say it again. If this is the thing that's keeping you alive, and I'm not trying to joke, and I'm not trying to, you know, like, prod or anything, like, that's fine. Hold on to the things that make you happy. Hold on to the things that make you excited for the future and stuff. That's fine. Don't put that same pressure on me, okay? You can put that pressure on the thing. Don't put that pressure on me, man. Because what I'm going to tell you is there is information that has gone around and that is out there that you could find if you tried hard enough that would ruin your experience for the game. And then at that point, what are you living for, bud? Like, at that point, then what? At that point, then what? All I'm telling you is, look, it's totally going to be worth it. I understand that life sucks right now and that this, for a lot of you, is the thing that's keeping you going. Half Peeps, good afternoon, 36 months, thank you so much. But I'm telling you, it's going to be a significantly better situation if you allow yourself to just wait and then experience it as it comes out, okay? I have been spoiled on very tiny bits and pieces of information because it's unavoidable in my position. But what I'm telling you is you can avoid it, right? And it will be fine. You'll love it. It's going to be great. Me sitting here and telling you, yeah, so Barney Calhoun's actually going to lose an arm. You're going to be like, oh, well, that completely deflates the moment. Which, by the way, I made that up. Right? So it's just like, guys, like, we're so fucking close. I know that you need me to tell you the strings as they're found, and I will, okay? I'm making a video with strings in it again. But, like, because we're, you know, people have been waiting. We've been talking about this for a little over a year now, and, you know, $5 from Pacific Productions. So apparently Valve was added to the advisory board of the Game Awards. That has nothing to do... Okay. Yeah, so Valve was added to the advisory board of the Game Awards. No, they weren't. They've always been partial. People from Valve have always been on the advisory board of the Game Awards. It's not news. Does the fact that they're publicly on the advisory board on the Game Awards website change anything? No. No. Thanks for saying you made that up. You're welcome. I made that up. No, so I genuinely made that up. Like, I don't... The little bits and pieces of the plot that I do know are inconsequential in the grand scheme of things, except for one bit, which I'm very angry that I was told, but what can you do? Am I sick? Yes, I'm sick. I hope you're not stealing other journalists' work without giving them credit again. I'm not. With my made-up story beat about Barney losing an arm, is that me stealing from another journalist? What? There have been times in the past where I ended up making a video that somebody else has already made, and I gave them credit even though I had no idea about it in the first place after they came to me. What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, man. No, I take that shit very seriously. I'm listening in audio only mode. I'm at work and I made a test account. So I just made a test lawsuit document for Gordon. What? Dylan, what are you talking about? No, I'm not talking to the general public. I'm talking to my fan group, the people who are almost always here. I'm talking to the people who talk in my Discord servers and are in my Twitch chats. I know that I can't. Oh boy. So Zarthben just redeemed a whole fuck ton of Twitch points to make me watch a YouTube video from 2016. They want me to watch a YouTube video from 2016. Oh God. I don't want to. Master Oblivious with Twitch Prime. Okay. Which one do I pick? Which one do I pick? I specifically picked a not super old year. Dude, this is almost 10 years ago. What are you talking about? This is almost 10 years. This is 9.5 years ago. Pick the Jungle Inferno one. $5 from Bing. You want the Jungle Inferno one? Thank you so much for the $5. Bing bong boink. 2016 was last year. Which one's this? Okay, if you're watching on YouTube, you won't be able to hear this. So go to Twitch. The Jungle Inferno one would be interesting. No, Jungle Inferno was 2017. Meet Your Match came out in 2016. Yeah, Meet Your Match was 2016. Okay, if you're watching on YouTube, you won't be able to hear it. Yeah, so this video was made on the 6th of July, 2016. So over 9 years ago. I was 19. Uh, Portal OM, thank you for the new Twitch Prime. Is this a new video? No. This is so old that I didn't know who Home was at this point. This is so old that I had yet to hear this song, which caused me to reach out to the creator and get permission to use their music in my background. I have direct written permission from the creator of that song to use his music in my videos, and I have been using his music in my videos for nearly a decade. And this is, you know, this was so he used to just upload, actually he still does now. He didn't for a really long time because nobody was on Tumblr. But he used to just, this is Slime Tony, aka Randy. He used to just, he doesn't release albums. Oh, new songs. So, look at this. Look at this. This is on his sound. This is on his Tumblr. So he tried to make a song that sounds like it's from the Half-Life soundtrack. If you're on YouTube, you won't be able to hear it. Go to Twitch. He made a piece of music to sound like it's from the Half-Life soundtrack. It's just 20 seconds though. But no, so this was before. Literally what happened was I was sick. I stayed. Do you guys want to? 480 billion, $4. Yo. So true story. I cut almost an entire semester of college. I was signed up for classes and I didn't go to a single fucking one. I passed most of them, but I didn't go to most classes for an entire semester, and this was then. And so there was a there was a Vine. I remember I was sick. I had just moved out of my parents' house. I was in my first apartment. Electra was in class. And on the front page of on the front page of Vine, when you open the app, it would feature certain Vines. And so, like, you know, Vine worked a lot different from TikTok. They would, like, curate stuff. For some reason, this was on the front page of Vine. No. This was on the front page of Vine. And I stared at it for, like, maybe 10 minutes because I was trying desperately to find out what this song was. So that's a South Korean streamer and YouTuber named HemTube that's been around for a very long time. That led me to the Simpson Wave stuff, because, like, people were like, oh, it's Simpson Wave stuff. Go listen to Sunday School. So that led me to this video. You guys remember Vaporwave? Do you guys remember Vaporwave? I'm waxing nostalgically for the fake nostalgic music. And so this inadvertently, because I was trying to find the song, this inadvertently showed me Blank Banshee. Which copyright strikes like crazy, so I didn't use Blank Banshee in anything. But Blank Banshee is fucking amazing, even if the more recent stuff isn't super great. This album, though. Oh my God. Oh my God. I cannot tell you the number of times that I got work done just... This album, out of all of them, I love the first one the most. But then I also found this, and it's like, oh, just like, found out years later, Saint Pepsi, aka Skylar Spence, Valve News Network fan. And we chilled once. It's just slowed down Michael Jackson. It's just slowed down Michael Jackson. No, but the best... Hit Vibes is his best album, although Prom King is fucking fantastic. This stuff can't go on streaming because it has a bunch of samples that it doesn't have the rights to, and it's almost never published on physical media for the same reason. Oh, I got something for you to wear tonight. We're going to a party. A party? I want to introduce you to someone. No, full album. If you want to, yeah, if you want to hear the music, go to Twitch. But like while I was searching for what the hell that song was from the Asian woman dancing with the cat, I was like, what the hell? What is that from? What? What the fuck is that from? I just was like quickly just sent around. So it was like 4 a.m. in the winter time in 2016. I'm on my phone trying to desperately find out what this song is. And instead of finding the song, I am sent on this wild goose chase that effectively introduced me to every single album that I religiously listens to throughout my entirety of college. This was the other one. And then that introduced me to this. My favorite future funk album is A Million Miles Away. My favorite future funk artist is Saint Pepsi / Skylar Spence. My favorite future funk song is Bay City Rollers by Young Bay. We'll get back to this. We're talking about, you got me. We'll get back to it. It's my show. This isn't what summer sounds like. This is what the fantasy of summer sounds. This is what fantasizing about summer in the winter sounds like. Best part of the song. And then that got me into city pop, which got me into Yakuza. Anyways. The song I'm using in this video is a song that one of the members of Automata Gucci made and put up on a SoundCloud. Wrong. It was not. Okay. So somebody spent an absurd amount of Twitch points to force me to watch an old video and they picked from 2016. That was from 2016. That was a video I made in July of 2016. It's 9.5 years old. Okay, so people are asking, is it a big deal that HLX isn't content locked? It's unknown if HLX is content locked or not. It might not be. I'll talk about it in the video when I make the video, but there was a data mine string, or it's actually a data mine asset from tools that seem to indicate that they're still working on certain things. What is content locked referred to? Content locked means they're done adding stuff to get the game, and they're just polishing what's already made. That means that they're entirely in the polishing phase. If they're not currently content locked, then that means you've got another year. If they are content locked, then it could be any day now. It depends. Kajaslav, 30 months, tier 1. Thank you so much. Will it be woke? Yes. Yeah. By the definition of woke, yes. Because there will be woman, main character. So Half-Life 2, if it had come out today, would be considered woke. Like, yeah. You'd have people on Twitter editing cleavage onto Alex Vance, being like, this is how you actually design a character. No, it wouldn't. Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Half-Life Alyx was being called woke when it came out because the main character is a black woman. Yeah. Yes, it would. Turtle Zero. Okay. And Barney's gay. I don't know if Barney's gay. I don't know. It does seem like they're kind of. Yeah, Barney might be gay. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, obviously woke it didn't exist in 2004. Yeah. Also, Gordon, like the whole game is I don't want to get killed. But yeah, the whole game is kind of like you're fighting against a totalitarian dictatorship, which by definition would be considered anti-fascist, right? Right? Like if Half-Life 2 came out today, would people be making comparisons to modern day political situations and like what happened with the Superman movie? There's environmentalist messaging. Half-Life 2 is Half-Life 2 is a political game? What? It's like people who are really into Fallout being like, yeah, well, I like good video games without politics in them, like Fallout New Vegas. Okay. Or Metal Gear, yeah. No, Fallout New Vegas isn't political. Caesar's Legion is based. Sterling FM. Hello, my friend. Hello. Hello. Happy 15th anniversary of Fallout New Vegas. I am allowed to say that I do have access to the Outer Worlds too. I'm not allowed to say anything other than that, but I can tell you that I'm pretty sick and I haven't really played much of it yet. Outer Worlds. Yeah. Outer Worlds 2 is coming out in like a week or something. Yeah. Am I excited for a Fallout TV show season 2? Yeah, it looks like it'll be good. I can't make any other comments on the Outer Worlds 2 other than I have it and I played a little bit of it, but I'm sick, and so I haven't really played too much of it. Have I seen any assets or screenshots from HLX yet at all? I've seen assets, yeah. But again, as I said earlier, we can talk about concepts, we can talk about mechanics, we can talk about things that genuinely leak through Valve means. Anything else, we will not talk about. Is Valve working on any VR projects right now? They are. It's called the Steam Frame. How will HLX run, please? How does Deadlock run? How does CS2 run? How did Half-Life Alyx run? Similarly to that. I think the best comparison is how does Counter-Strike 2 run on your computer? It'll be similar to that. It'll be insanely well optimized. In a world where most games run like shit, Half-Life X, HLX, Half-Life 3 will run fucking beautifully. Yeah. Half-Life could technically be a criticism of MK Ultra. It's a criticism of a whole lot of different things. You don't have to make a political statement on just one aspect of the world. You can do a whole bunch of different things. There's a whole lot of stuff going on in Half-Life 2. And like, if you've read Laidlaw's other work, it's a very politically minded individual. Half-Life 1, not so much. It's definitely like saying something about like the military and like secret government research and stuff, you know? But Half-Life 2 like is absolutely making a statement. Yeah. And Half-Life 3 will almost certainly be making a statement. It's Half-Life 3, you know? You know? That's Half-Life for you. Half-Life is, yeah. Raising the bar when? Unknown. Could be next year. I'm worried they'll play it safe with Laidlaw gone. That is a concern. That is a concern, yes. What's the political statement? Dictatorship bad? I'll leave it to you to feel it out. feel what kind of messaging the game's trying to teach or convey. Would HLX be banned in the US? No, I don't think so. Do you think people might hate the story of HLX? HLA didn't have a huge message of any social commentary. The original version of Half-Life Alyx was probably the most political thing that Valve had done. And was very kind of overt with its Trump parallels in Han. Yeah. 100%. Absolutely. Like it was very politically charged, and it kind of hit you. It very much hit you over the head with it. Will there ever be a pre-write video? Yeah, but like after HLX, because I don't know what will come. Like they might borrow something from that. Can you make a video? Yeah, I would love to. How did the original Half-Life Alyx story go? Okay, so yeah, I'm not going to take your word on that, Chief. Okay. So originally when Half-Life Alyx first started development, it didn't really have a story. And then they hired a guy who had made us a game that had a really interesting story. And this guy was tasked with just completely writing an entirely new story. And so he wrote this story about after the Residence Cascade and the 7 Hours War and the fallout from all of that, a shadow human government was set up that was actually being puppeted by the Combine. But the people were being lied to in that they, everything that they were being told to do was for the betterment of humanity. Everything that they were being told to do was necessary. There is a very overt bigotry, racism parallel with the Vortigaunts being seen as the other, and it was very much hitting you over the head of, hey, totalitarian governments are going to find a group of people to make the villain to distract the people from the fact that you're being fucked over by those in power, right? And so Report the Vort is a holdover from that period of time. And the Vortigaunts were being rounded up. The reason why the Vortigaunts were being, othered and turned into this evil, villainous group through the propaganda of the Combine was because they were a source of energy, right? And so they were demonizing the Vortigaunts, causing the humans to be able to report on the Vortigaunts, inform on the Vortigaunts so that they could be rounded up and then kidnapped and then turned into effectively batteries, and like removing them from their culture and turning them into just like mindless batteries. And so kind of Matrixy, yes. And you had on the television insane propaganda being played, of which one of the pieces has leaked, of like telling these people that like you're only valuable if you're working towards the cause, and the cause is helping the Combine build these massive buildings, and that it's good for humanity, even though these buildings are killing humanity, it's killing the planet. In reality, they're just like trying to take as much energy from Earth to be able to send to their home planet and stuff like that. At the same time, you have Han, whom is Han is the main antagonist of the original version of the game. Her model was reused as the shadow scientist lady at the end of Half-Life Alyx. Originally, she was the main villain, and she scapegoated Eli Vance as the reason the Residence Cascade happened. And so he was kind of a political prisoner held by the Combine puppeted human government that would be used to, Eli would like put out these messages to like the televisions and the radios and the broadcast monitors and stuff about how he's at fault and don't resist because he's at fault. And, you know, eventually and the whole point is Alex is trying to escape out of the city and go into the quarantine zone to try and find a way to free Eli from the clutches of Han and all that. And, you know, there was a scene. Okay, so they talk about this in the commentary, the Half-Life Alyx commentary, where there's one of the final levels is in a train station depot thing. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? There's that one level outside in a train depot with like all these logging cars, and like there's a couple of like watchtowers, and you'd like snake around trains and fight Combine. That was originally at the beginning of the game when you would, you know, leave your apartment and then walk to the fire station. That originally was not a combat level. That was a story level where there was a big political rally held by Han up on a pedestal talking to a bunch of citizens. And you would hear the citizens either say things that sound very much in agreement to her or like quietly like in resistance to her. And it's like, yeah, it's a you know, excuse me. It was very, wonder why they scrapped it. Well, I can tell you that if it had come out, it would have been hated by a group of people. It was also incredibly depressing. It was incredibly depressing. It didn't have like a hopeful tone to it at all. And it would have been seen as, you know, can't watch the stream right now, but have some coins. Thank you so much. And then 250 RDS. I think Vortigaunts are male and Gargantuans are female of the same species. There's no evidence to suggest that. Do you think it would have been more artistically interesting? Yeah. Yes, but I don't think it would have hit as hard. I don't think it would have resulted in HLX happening. I think if that version of the game happened, HLX wouldn't be in development right now. And, you know, there was a lot of other stuff going on with it. You know, I do hope to be able to talk more in depth about it, but of course, like, some information is like kind of circumstance, and some of the information is, I don't know if it's entirely legal, and so it's like, you know, you got to give it time. Eventually that story will be told. It was it had a very strong political message to it that would have pissed off a sector of the country. Pissed off Gabe? No. Gabe is no. No. Gabe is not Gabe is not libbed up. Gabe is a staunch libertarian. Oh, I guess libertarian. But as a staunch libertarian, there's definitely things going on today that would even piss off libertarians. So, you know. So he's far right? I don't know about that. It depends how you define it. If you mean modern far right, no. If you're talking far right from like 2012, yes. Socially liberal, I don't know about that. I do know that he's a libertarian, Do you guys know what a libertarian is? Who cares about Gabe's politics, though? Well, somebody asked, like, did Gabe cancel it because he didn't like the story was being told? No, that's not at all what was happening. Does anybody know what libertarianism is? It's small government, little government, like government, individual freedoms, very constitutionally minded. It's freedom from authority. It's small governance. It's you can't tell me what to do. Oh, God. I think given the current situation, not gelling with, you know. Did HLX was meant to be a Barney game? There's no information on that. We don't know. They just went on about how unpolitical Half-Life is, and you expect them to know what libertarian is? Libertarians are turbo capitalists? Yes. Well, not always. Oh God, we're not going over theory right now. Not always. Governance and economic policies don't always coincide. I would assume a super billionaire such as Gabe Newell would be a hyper-capitalist, but that's an assumption that can't be made based on the libertarianism of the person. And you're correct. Capitalism does mean taxes in certain cases, but not always. No, we're not doing... we're not doing this. Libertarians can be anything. But Gabe Newell is a libertarian. We know that to be fact. I'm not. Please don't make me be a political streamer, please. I'm an escapist streamer, please. Gabe Newell's. I don't think he's a socialist. No. I started this? No, somebody asked... you guys fucking suck. No, I didn't. What's the coolest dinosaur? Stegosaurus. Just start talking about something else. I don't have a dog. If I had a dog, I'd have to... Yeah. I will... Okay, last comment on it. I'm a very politically minded person. Right? But my political action is done in private. That... I'll leave it at that. Favorite cat color palette? Whatever my cat's color palette is. Can we gush over Silksong? I've not played Silksong. I've also not really played Hollow Knight. We all know you're woke. It's okay. This is a safe space. It's not. This is not a safe space. Do not lie to me. This is the least safe space. What are you talking about? $25. You gonna read it? Oh my God, bruh, look at Gabe N. They done went and made his ass woke. 5'4". We got 2 songs in the donation queue. We'll listen to those in a minute. I redeemed a show and tell. Oh, okay. I'm sick, guys. I'm sick. Is there a new episode of HLX Files in the oven? Yes, there is. Show and tell. Goribi. Sup. Also, Crackhead Jones, 46 months. What's the tell part? This is a failed PC gaming magazine from the late 90s that effectively was, what if we made Playboy a gaming magazine? No, what if we made Maxim a gaming magazine? I own almost every issue of it. It only existed for about a year and a half. Brockhouse, how did that fail? Because the people that were working on it cared more about the gaming than the porn part, right? Also, there's no actual porn in it. Well, that's not true. There's porn on this page. Hubba hubba. Okay, so that's probably that's probably toss. Oh, it's gone. So it was called PC Accelerator, and I've been reading them lately as part of the studying for the time travel show. I read a lot of old magazines to like get the lingo down. But I can tell you Ty Vickers is not this chauvinistic, because holy shit. Oh my God. Like, oof. So, there was a section in this magazine, PC Accelerator, called Girlfriends of the Month. And it was, you would send in pictures of your partner to brag about how hot the person you're fucking is. The amazing success of our Girlfriends of the Month section has caused a problem we've not encountered before. Too many women. To help us solve this dilemma, we're asking you to vote for your favorite reader girlfriend. We used our celebrity supercomputer to get opinions from the experts on each candidate. Please remember, if you are actually fortunate enough to snag a bird of your own, be sure to share it with your extended PC Accelerator cult. $4.99. Over under on HLX being canceled. It's not canceled. You will know. There was some question as to whether this fine young thang was actually eligible for our contest, since she is something of a professional. She has a website. However, since one of our readers is actually dating her, we have proof. Don't worry. She is perfectly eligible. Besides, she did a private online striptease while holding a copy of PC Accelerator. You go, girl. So it's just pictures of women candidly in their underwear that men sent into the magazine, and I'm not entirely sure if they were sent in with the consent of these women. PC Accelerator. This was back when America was good. The wild thing about it, right? This section was written by a woman. Team kill. So in the credits section at the top of the magazine, they have a picture of the team that works on the magazine. And it divides everybody up into their teams. And as you can see, oh shit. It's a whole bunch of men and then 2 women. In this photo, they're all dressed up like gunslinging saloon men, like law people, right? Except the 2 women are both called the whores of the saloon. And the women are the lifestyle editors. And the lifestyle editors write the end section of the magazine, which are called Rolling Extra, which is a parody of Rolling Stone. And the cover of it is like an actual porn star doing this move, like covering this, and they're not wearing any clothes. Why do I own this? Because somebody made a donation to PC Player. They messaged me and they were like, hey, you said you wanted a whole bunch of old magazines from the 90s. Yes. I have every PC Gamer, computer gaming world, piece, like all of them, plus this one. And I'm like, oh, sick, because PC Gamer and Computer Gaming World are great. I didn't know what this one was. And so I've been slowly reading through all of them. Literally every gaming magazine that came out in the 90s, I'm trying to have read. So I can fall into this headspace for the show, so I can play the character really well. I was unaware that PC Accelerator, this one, was some offshoot trying to be like it's a man's magazine. And I was like, well, at least we have PC Gamer and Computer Gaming World. Those are the good magazines. This one's just shit. Oh. Uh-oh. So PC Accelerator from the fresh thinking from the makers of PC Gamer. So this was just a magazine that PC Gamer made, but for men. Yeah. So the 90s weren't perfect. But it's whatever. It's really funny though, because this magazine had probably the biggest exclusive on Quake 3 ever. But they must have talked to id and requested specific stuff, because think about Quake 3, right? Think about what Quake 3 looks like, what Quake 3 feels like, and think about how they previewed Quake 3. Like, come on, guys. Come on, guys. Yeah. Some modeler at id was like, they want what? How is that representative of our product? Yeah, so that's the show and tell I'll show. That's my show and tell for today. Yeah, don't read PC Accelerator. If you want to read a good 90s magazine, Computer Gaming World is the best. Computer Gaming World is my favorite. It's the best. Gaming culture from the late 90s, it was kind of like, it was very much just like that. Can we get more info on the canceled Doom 4M? I don't know what Doom 4M is. But yeah, if you study a lot of gaming culture from that time period. Pretty much everything up until like 2010. It was a lot of like babes, boobs, games. Yo, dude, can I get a blowjob while I play Pokemon? It's like, okay. It's a very different time. You remember the Xbox 360 reveal? Do you remember the 3DS reveal where they tethered the 3DSs to just women? They had like security belts around just a bunch of women. Saw, dude. Saw, dude. Saw, dude. Random Val fact. Half-Life 3 2013 fact. Also, are you still planning on making a video? I have making a video about episode 3. But I'll give you a fact about it. You had to fuel up a car. New thing I've learned in my research about 2013. You literally had to fuel up a car. Like, it was a mechanic where you had to keep track of the fuel of your car. Yeah. Holy shit, a car with a floating point number. Yep. The more people talk about how gaming used to be, the more convinced they secretly want to go back to that. I don't know about there's a lot about the past that I would love to be able to go back to, but there's also a lot about the past that I dislike a lot. Cost of living was a lot cheaper. That's pretty good. You know, there are definitely benefits to living pre 9/11. I'll give, you know. So TF is a Steam frame demo? Unknown. Could be. I had a Half-Life 3 dream where Gordon had a grappling hook and he used it to cross cliffs. That was kind of a thing. Crowbar Zipline was a grappling hook thing. Yeah. I miss E3. I don't really. I guess at this stage, Tyler doesn't know anything about In the Valley of Gods. I mean, every time I'm asked that question, I answer the same. It's canceled. It's never coming back. It's gone. That game is dead. What do you think about the payment processor censorship thing? I think that if you believe in free speech, you should be vehemently against that. Corporations should not be able to censor speech through just like swinging their big dick around. Kimbo Santo is disintegrated. Well, I mean, like, it's fractured. You know, all of the people that were hired to work on In the Valley of Gods at Valve don't all still work at Valve. You know, that game is not a focus. It hasn't been for a very long time, and it's never coming out. Period. Have any ex-Valve employees gone on to do something you love? Yeah, Quantum Conundrum. Quantum Conundrum. What was this game, by the way? It was a... Did you ever play Firewatch? It was that. Puzzle solving in ancient Egypt with a camera. Walking, telling a story, that kind of thing. I miss pre-COVID. Yeah, me too. How did Valve change its thoughts on leak culture around their games over the years? They pretty much haven't. They don't like it. They've never liked it. If the leak is something that they're responsible for, then it's fine to be out there. If it's not, then they might take action. It depends. Wonder if the camera would have been an f-stop thing. It was not. Have you played Abiotic Factor? Yes, and I've known the developers since the very beginning of that project. It's a great game. If In the Valley of Gods is canceled, why doesn't Valve announce that, yeah, it's not in development anymore? I don't know. They really should. Have I played Cultic Episode 2? No. Why did Valve leak the HL3.FGD? They were gathering data from a project that was canceled. Yeah. Abiotic Factor is amazing. Yes, it is. Will there be more Half-Life after Half-Life 3? If there will be, it'll be a very, very long time, and you won't be hearing it from me, more likely. I've played Underhell many times. Years and years and years ago. I played that before I had a YouTube channel. After Half-Life game, probably next could be Portal 3. I mean, it could be, but it also could be nothing. It could be, a completely new thing. It could be another Half-Life game. It could be a piece of hardware. It could be Left 4 Dead. It could be a new thing. Do you plan on retiring? No, but I'm setting up the pieces for my post Half-Life 3 career. Making sure that I have the pieces in place and stuff. Yeah. How big is the chance they get Grease Man back to do HL3 expansion? Like a 0% chance. If HLX isn't shown at TGA, it won't be. Do you really think Valve will just announce it on Twitter? Yes. Peak player predictions for day one, 10 billion. Gaben won't live forever. Who will inherit Valve? Don't know. Will they sell? I don't know. Who would they sell it to? I don't know. You'll just start making content on Half-Life 4, let's be honest. I mean, if there's evidence to suggest that that's actually going to happen, then maybe. But this is a retirement project. There's going to be a weird chunk of time where nothing is really happening. I actually think it'll be a global drop in productivity when GTA 6 and Half-Life 3 will come out. Oh, yeah. GTA 6 more than Half-Life 3, but yeah. GTA 6 is going to be demonized to hell by the powers that be. I heard, there will be... Some of you right now that are super excited to play GTA 6 are going to be calling for that game to be banned when it comes out. I just know that for a fact. Because it's like, if there's ever been a game that has not strayed away from political and social satire, and it's like, you know how they put Hillary Clinton's head on the Statue of Liberty in GTA 4? Does that make you think that they're just going to make fun of liberals the whole time? No. No. I mean, they made fun of, they were way ahead of the curve of people hating on, the Zuckerberg type in GTA 5. Let's think about the kinds of things that they were making fun of in GTA 5. Cults. Kiflam. Tech bro type stuff. Zuckerberg, Elon Musk types. It's been a while since I played GTA 5. Hipster, yeah. The American gun culture, yeah. Have I ever worked in a game company? No. Conspiracy theorists, yeah. And conspiracy theorists sometimes being right. Oh, that's right. Donald Trump is in GTA 3. I forgot about that. Yeah. You know, GTA 6 is going to be wild. I don't know if this has already been asked. It has many times. Will there be another HLX Files? Yes, before the end of the month. I wonder if they're going to make fun of Trump in GTA 6. Probably not directly. Probably not directly. GTA is South Park, but gaming. You couldn't be further from the truth. South Park is made in less than a week. GTA 6 has been in development since 2013. How does it feel to keep repeating questions? You get used to it. You get used to it. It looks like the elevator button from Half-Life 2. This is an Elgato Wave Doom the Dark Ages edition. Yeah. Will I talk about the frame deckard and the HLX? No, I'll talk about it in the TF2 video. I wonder how Valve will behave after HLX and transparency. The same as same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. Nothing's going to change. Well, Valve's changing dramatically, but they're going to stay as quiet as ever. What's my favorite color? Purple or orange. I want merch. Okay. I think GTA 6 might be really corporate and play it way too safe. That's a possibility. That is a possibility. HLX trailer 24-hour view prediction, 10 billion. Do you think YouTubers will go crazy with GTA 6 content like with GTA 5? Yep. If it makes me feel anything like Red Dead Redemption 2, it'll make me happy. Hell yeah. Corn Cube. It's fine. All right, let's play the music that's been donated. This first song was donated by Bing Bong Boink. Shin Megami Tensei 4 official soundtrack. I think that in the same way that Red Dead 2 was so masterfully designed to make you feel as if the people that live within your camp are people and not video game characters will carry over. I think, what are their names? Lucia and Jason are going to be like really, really well fleshed out characters. And I'm going to say Red Dead Redemption 2, the more time that progresses past my time with that game, which was a lot, like a couple hundred hours, the more that I realize that it's truly like stuck with me. You know, Pearson, Dutch, Miss Grimshaw, Lenny, Sean, Micah, John, what's the little kid's name? Forgot the little kid's name. Jack, Uncle, Javier, Sadie. And it's just like, no, that game, like, it's, you know, the game, the design of the missions are out of date. I agree with that. You know, the, there are certain aspects of it that feel very railroady and stuff, but the longer away it's been since I 100%ed the game, because I did do that. I 100% completed Red Dead Redemption 2. I fucking cataloged every wild piece of wildlife. I collected every single unique item. I maxed out everything. I did every single mission, every single like side mission. Like I did everything that game had. Plus, I put like 100 hours into RDR Online. I did everything that game had to offer. And the strengths of that game are so insanely high that it completely erases the faults of the game when thinking about it in hindsight. Right? I think that game does storytelling better than most things. And if Grand Theft Auto 6 even has like half of the storytelling power as Red Dead Redemption 2, it'll be a very powerful experience. Yeah, that game is... Have I played Clair Obscur? No, I haven't. And Hugo's been telling me to. It won't match the hype for a lot of people. No, but a lot of people are hyping it up in other ways. I'm looking at it as, is this going to somehow top the experience of Red Dead Redemption 2? I don't think it will. I definitely think that you can make a great game without the Housers there. And I also, but I also think that, yeah, Sam Hauser's still there. Yeah, I know. But like, most people just go right to online. That's annoying. I'm excited to play it. I'm going to play the shit out of it. Like everybody. Like, I'm very excited for GTA 6. It's a Rockstar game. Red Dead Redemption 2 is like, it's an amazing thing. Like, it's insane. Like, the things that they were able to accomplish with fiction and making you feel attached to these fictional characters is insane. So I'm looking forward to the game that they're going to try and make here. And I would it suck if they go like super corporate and play it safe or whatever? Yes. But I don't think they're going to. All right, this next game, this next song is from 480 Billion. Do you think we'll ever get a new Red Dead game? I do, yeah. Did you know you originally leaked Project Americas? Did you know you originally leaked Project Americas? No, I didn't. I don't know what Project Americas is. The original thing. Is that like original version of GTA 6 that turned into the that heist in Grand Theft Auto Online? Yeah, I will say that a Western is going to be able to make you feel things easier. That's true. That's the project name for Grand Theft Auto 6? Okay. How did I leak that? I don't know, man. Someone told you once in 2021. I'll tell you that most of the stuff that I ever learned about from Rockstar was stuff that was already out there when I had my, obsession with Red Dead 2 in like 2021, 2022. No, I don't think I was the source of people learning what Project Americas was. Americas as a code name has been around since Red Dead Redemption 2 dropped for PC. That is true. He looks like he's seen it. No, I'm starting to feel like sick again. Nah, I take offense to being told that I genuinely leaked something Rockstar related because Take Two is fucking litigious and I have my limits. So I don't want that shit put on me, man. Even during my dumbest days, I wouldn't, I know I didn't do it. All right. All right, this song was donated by Corn Cube. It's got to come out this year? No, it doesn't. Why do you call it HLX? Because HLX is the code name. Have you heard the rumor that Rockstar is working on a medieval game? I have not. SteamOS desktop will go against what desktops are meant to be. It's so locked down. Maybe. Talk about Half-Life, please. Okay, what about it? Where does P is stored in? Balls. Let's talk about Valve. Okay, what about Valve? Favorite head crab? That one. What's your personal favorite Grand Theft Auto? 4. Talk about news networks. What about? For Christmas, will you be getting a free tree? Maybe. Where does Half-Life is stored? Over there. What's something new in HLX that you look forward to in gameplay? Enemy AI. I want to see. I mean, in a general sense, I want Beast Sugar Productions $5. Thank you. I want I just want to be like amazed. I want to be impressed. It doesn't really matter what exactly it does to impress me, but I want to be impressed. I want to see Valve push the envelope in ways they haven't in years, right? Now, whether or not they do that through, interlocking systems and emergent gameplay. Oh no. If it was in the AI stuff, it's whatever. Do you think your focus on HLX constant questions will inhibit your enjoyment of it when it actually comes out? Yes. Do you think Valve pushing for competitive games is disappointing? Yes. Hey, Tyler, do you think at Deadlock's current development rate the team will get burnout? No. Will there be a peeing mechanic in HLX? No. How long will you stay offline when HLX drops? Not at all. You ever played Bone Lab? Yes. $1.99. Will HLX feature Sad Cool Place or Major Fracture? Maybe. NBC. No, I'm not. $4. Thank you. What's your favorite Half-Life? Episode 2. How fast will you go live? Almost immediately. When's the last time you played through the Half-Life Alyx story? A couple of years ago, I think. Any news on Proton development? No. Tyler, you seem depressed. I'm sick. Oh, shit. Nah, he got you there. Will I cry when HLX is revealed? Probably not. Does Valve intend for big announcements or what's coming or shadow drops? I don't know. Shadow drop announcement if history serves? Yeah, probably. If you had kids, would you watch the Yellow Submarine movie with them if they wanted to? Have I tried Double Fine's new game? No. How will you avoid spoilers? I won't. Do zombies have zombie doctors when zombies get sick? Yes. Tyler, what's your opinion on TGA tweet about what people would like to see in the world premiere? I think it's an engagement farming tweet. I don't think it means anything. Do you think it means something? This next song was donated by Sakakakakakakaka. I've been watching since I was zero years old. Thank you for releasing the purple box. Okay. You're welcome. Do you think HLX could be dropped at this point? I don't know. Are we on the precipice of major financial collapse? Yeah. Do you know if Aperture will be involved in HLX? Probably. When the HLX is dropped and the dust is settled, what will be the main focus of your channel? Dick sizes. Rating circumcisions. Is Jeff trying to convince Valve by making people say it? No. Steam Frame November? Maybe. What's your opinion of the politics in Norway? I don't know enough to make a comment. I'm more interested in Half-Life 3 Final Hours. What's your hypothetical dream scenario for HLX? It comes out and I play it live. Do we know what teams are working on Project TF? No, we don't. Opinions on goobers? They're real goobers. Why is November such a big release month for Valve? Because it's right before Christmas break and they want to wrap stuff up. Will AI become good enough to replace us all, leading to mass unemployment fast enough to avoid the bubble popping, leading to mass unemployment? No, AI will not get good enough to replace us all at any time soon, or probably within your lifetime. Your channel probably hit the front page of Twitch again, probably. Thoughts on fettuccine Alfredo? Overrated. Has there been any word regarding Blade by Arcane? Not that I'm aware of. Update on Project TF? I'll make a video. How is Tyler reading 2 Steam chats at once? I'm that good. But they replace us anyways, even if it doesn't work. That's true. Okay, for real, chances of November HLX reveal? No comment. I don't talk about reveals anymore. Circumscientist. The most autistic of them all. You're in a spicy mood today, huh? God damn it, guys. Can I just... I'm sick. What the heck is this song? I don't know. Thoughts on EZ3? I don't think EZ3 is in development. I've been seeing a lot of Nintendo is bad videos. Thank God. Tyler, can you do the gritty? No, I can't. When do we get more streams playing Half-Life 2 mods? Yeah. Yeah, I need to do more of that. Will Valve keep Source 2 closed? Yes. When Half-Life Marathon? Hopefully it happens. $10 from the... Hey, no problem. The Laser TS. The Laser TS. Thank you very much. What do you think about the upcoming MVM update? Just maps? Mostly just maps. Balance changes. Mostly just maps, yes. I can tell you that if you're asking the question, you're going to be disappointed. What tech is Valve pushing for their next game? Artificial intelligence in a classical sense. Emergent gameplay born out of interlocking systems, not unlike an immersive sim. Yeah. What'll happen to TF2 when Robin Walker retires? Absolutely nothing. Robin Walker retired from TF2 in like 2011 or 2012. Doter. Wait, if Source 2 is closed, then why is Facepunch allowed to give people sandboxes as a substitute for the public release Valve initially promised? Because it's seen as a compromise. Do we know any vehicles the player will use in Half-Life 3? We know that the engine has capability for flying submarine and land vehicles. So the window between announcement and release of frame will be short? I don't know. Are we going to get liquid simulation? Yeah. You said submarine. I said the engine has the capability for it. I did not say it'll actually be in the game. Do you think Project TF will have women in it? Yeah, probably. Is Deadlock fully released? No. Will G-Man be fully modeled? Yes. Your opinion on onions? They're good. At the beginning of the stream, you mentioned that HLX content might not be locked. Can you explain the reason behind that bit? No. Because I have a feeling somebody posted it somewhere, and now you're here just to ask that question. How are they going to market HLX's advancements in AI, considering everything that happened? Well, probably by differentiating the fact that when we say AI for Hey, making the thank you so much for the $4, and also this song is fucking killer. AI in a traditional sense, they'll need to differentiate it, and it can't be that hard. Call it something else. Yeah, NPC AI or video game AI is not generative AI. They're two different things. Yo. Maybe. HLX, yes. It always is that way. Big smile. Thank you for the support. It's always that way. It doesn't mean anything. Yeah, NPC AI is a state machine. Modern AI, as you know it, is a large language model or a transformer model, which is like a learning neural network, which is calling it learning is it once it's you can train it, but once it's active, it doesn't learn in the same ways as it's a different thing altogether. We just call everything artificial intelligence. I think most gamers will know the difference between LLM AI and video game NPC AI. I think they're capable of knowing it. But I think if they already dislike something, they're going to pretend to be ignorant to have a reason to be upset, as things tend to happen that way. Fun fact, Valve was experimenting with neural nets for NPC AI. That is true. It's basically predictive keyboard from your phone, but on a larger scale. That's incredibly reductive towards the technology, but to understand it, yes. Digital organisms. Well, I mean, you can do evolution simulation in software. Like, it's, $4. Thanks so much. Hi. Hi. Okay, so this guy's asking me to do my best Gordon Freeman impression and say hi chat in that voice. Yeah, hold on. All right. Gordon Freeman saying hello chat. Yeah. Did you pass your calculus class? No. Failed twice. How well do you know how well do you understand Transformers? Bumblebee, Starscream, Optimus Prime, Megatron. That's what I know. Does the suit jork off Gordon Freeman? No, that's Halo. LLMs are complex autocomplete? Yes, in a way, that is true. But that's for a text-based model, not a vision model. Am I a Kojima fan? Not really. There's a theory that the E3 2002 demo video that was released in 2024 was recorded recently. That's not a theory. That is true. They found an old build and they filmed yeah, that's true. I used to try and make evolution simulators when I was 10 and click Team Fusion because I was obsessed with Spore. That's fun. I like that. Am I a Rockstar fan? Yes. Yes, I am. Oh, there was a cheer. Anything VR you've played at all that you've liked? I haven't played VR in a long time. It's been a long time. I just haven't played it. What do you think of Michael Jackson's music? I like some of it. Do you prefer James Gunn or Zack Snyder? I don't watch any of the superhero movies. I don't care. Someone asked to get the models from that build, but they didn't get them because the guy said they couldn't be given out for now. Yeah. You can shoehorn vision into an LLM by tokenizing image inputs. Yeah, and you can shoehorn audio generation into vision by converting all music into spectrogram images. Have I seen a UFO? No. Oh, yes, actually. Fun fact, Valve was trying to do a neural net for Half-Life 2 in frickin' 2004. I knew that. Well, it was like 2003. Who would be the best director for a Half-Life movie? Probably Tim Heidecker. Is it possible that the Raising the Bar book can come out this year? I don't know. That's your first thing you've typed in on this chat room was asking me about Raising the Bar. If I had information on Raising the Bar, it would be in a video. I don't know. It's not an LLM that if it tokenizes vision, it's just DNN that uses tokenized input. Okay. It's my favorite pizza topping, pepperoni. Do you think HLX will release with developer commentary? No. Valve seemed to always want to make a highly dynamic game, but always had to make it scripted due to limitations, so HLX is where they're finally committing to it. That is correct. Do we know if HLX will be mod supported? If it's based on Source 2, it'll be mod supported. Have I read From Here to There, From There to Here? Well, if you're talking about Dr. Isaac Kleiner's book on theoretical teleportation, no, that's fictitious. I've heard rumors with regards to mapping and creation tools for HLX perhaps not being as in-depth as Source Engine Hammer. Is that true? Well, if you're talking about Hammer by itself, no, it'll be more in-depth than that. But what you're likely talking about is how the Source Engine SDK was an SDK. That's probably true because there are aspects of the Source 2 engine in modern day that are outsourced. That is true. What's my favorite pasta dish? Baked gnocchi. Baked gnocchi. Yo. Okay. Appreciate it. Thank you. NBC68 with the sub. Thank you so much. Yeah, we got Jamiroquai to listen to now. Hell yeah. Why didn't you recover your old Discord account with the insider sources? Because Discord won't let me. Anything more about HLX? It'd be in the video. Favorite Muppet performer? Jim Henson? Have I spoken to anyone who has seen HLX? Yes. Will HLX trying to target the Steam Deck mean it won't? No, it won't be targeting the Steam Deck as we know it. No. Steam Deck's already too old. Favorite Muppet? Swedish Chef. Valve's journey into Linux/Proton if possible. Well, it only happened because they wanted to spite Microsoft. Gabe Newell's distaste for Microsoft. Will I cry when the trailer drops? Maybe. But yeah, Valve being in Linux and Proton and all that only exists in order to spite Microsoft because Gabe Newell has a personal grudge, or did, back in the DirectX 12 days. Linus said that Valve is the only company that can make Linux an actual useful desktop replacement. I agree. Why did he have a grudge? Because they were purposely trying to kill off PC gaming and trying to push more people towards the consoles. They were trying to wall garden Windows 8. There was a whole thing going on. Valve still serious about SteamOS on x86? I don't know. Does Valve actually like open source or when it's just convenient? I don't know. HLX will run fine on the Steam Deck. Yes, it will, but it's not being targeted towards the Steam Deck. Isn't Microsoft trying to do that again now? Yeah, but it's more just shoehorning AI into the systems. Yeah. Am I optimistic about Valve once Gabe retires? Yes, because Gabe is pseudo-retired already and has been for years. What games am I playing lately? Tears of the Kingdom, Outer Worlds 2. That's it. Is Steam going to outlive other markets and or be the only one left? That's kind of a loaded question. I don't know. Did you try any games during Next Fest? No. I've been sick, guys. This is the only work thing I've really done in a couple of days, and I'm going to go right back to laying down when this is over. I'm freezing and hot at the same time. My throat hurts really bad, and I can't breathe that well right now. But my voice is really low. Still playing Tears of the Kingdom? Yep. What am I staying here for? I don't know. Hope you feel better. I will. Favorite non-Valve game ever? I don't know. Hope you're doing all right in regards to IRL things. People are dying. It seems like when death comes around, it comes around hard for a lot of different people, and it's a lot. But it's a little bit easier right now than it was last month. Yeah, Half-Life HLX is not going to be at the Game Awards this year. Half-Life is not going to be at the Game Awards this year. Half-Life is not going to be at the Game Awards this year, okay? These are the same people that'll start yelling at me that I lied to them when it's not. Just like 8 tomato emojis. Could Half-Life 3 appear this year? It could appear this year. But Half-Life HLX is not going to be at the Game Awards. Ever. HLX is not going to be at the Game Awards. You think Valve is going to continue the Genesis tablet? I don't know what that is. Oh, the tablet thing? Yeah, that shit sucks. I'm on your side, but can you explain it? I don't need to explain it. It won't be there. Valve doesn't hit deadlines related to showcases. Even if they intended to, they wouldn't hit the deadline, and it won't be there. Valve works on their own time, and when they're ready to announce it, they'll just announce it. They're not going to be beholden onto others in order to announce a thing. They are not going to be announcing the next Half-Life game at the Game Awards or any convention. Okay? Hot tea with honey. I'm going to make some hot tea and take some Dayquil because I'm feeling shit right now. Will you eat a lasagna in the future? I actually don't like lasagna very much. You look really sick. Thank you. I don't feel good right now. HLX will not be at the Game Awards. Would be a beautiful name for a girl. What's your favorite food to eat when sick? Soup. Soup and stews. Oh, no. No. Chicken and dumplings. I ordered chicken and dumplings from Cracker Barrel, of all places. And it was like eating medicine. It was like eating the warmth of childhood. Whoa. Have you watched Jujutsu Kaisen? No. But I did find season 1 of it on Blu-ray for $1 at a Goodwill. Certain kinds of chicken and dumplings are just boiled flour and broth. Yes, that's true. This is not. Can we get a Goodwill stream? I'm actually working on something like that. Are we getting changing gravity orientation in HLX? At engine level, that's possible, so maybe. Chicken and dumplings with a lot of parsley had a healing experience when you had COVID. Yeah, chicken and dumplings is my favorite food. I mean, chicken noodle soup, chicken pot pie, baked chicken with vegetables and some kind of broth or sauce. That's healing as shit. That's so good. Excluding story, how much of HLX do you speculate is still secret from the public considering the data mines? Excluding story, very little. I think he just really likes chicken. I do really like chicken. I do really, really like all forms of chicken. I eat so much chicken. Aren't I vegan? No. I was vegetarian for a while. Okay, thank you for the 42 months. Who doesn't like chicken? My wife, she's vegan. Master Crazy RJ, $4. Hmm. Well, they need a scapegoat for. I appreciate the $4. They need a scapegoat for their cope, right? And I used to be like the cope factory, but then I became an adult. I grew up. My brain finished forming. And so I'm a realist, and I'm telling you, it's real. I've given you so much proof to the fact that it's real. But like I said, we live in very scary times right now, regardless of what side of the aisle you're on, politically speaking. It's really scary times right now. And especially if you're younger, which a lot of my audience is under the age of 35, but over the age of 18, thank God. The future is very bleak. And so having something really exciting to look forward to keeps a lot of people going. And that's sad, but that's reality. And so there are a good deal of people who need this kind of cope in order to continue existing. in the current capacity that they do exist in. So I'm not angry at people. I feel bad because it's tough, but at the same time, it's like, look, I'm being as realistic to you as possible, and you're still going to blame me when the cope doesn't happen, because people go through this cycle of like, oh, we're so back, it's so over. We're so back, it's so over. We're so back, it's so over. And when we're in the we're so back phase, I'm the coolest fucking guy in the world. And when we're in the it's so over phase, I need to be killed. And the different things that set off people to go from those two extremes are very, very minute. And the longer the amount of time we go without an announcement, it becomes the amount it takes to trigger a change from we're so back, it's so over, we're so gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And so you could go to just like somebody just asking ChatGPT to write some fake bullshit and put it on Reddit. We're so back. Oh, it's AI. We're so done. Gabe Newell's yacht. We're so back. Oh, the Game Awards didn't have HLX. Kill Tyler. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask ChatGPT, generate a fake Reddit post for r/Half-Life about someone claiming to have new insider information about the highly anticipated codename HLX being made at Valve, aka Half-Life 3. Wow. 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 Oh, wow. It's so trained on you guys. It's unreal. It is so trained on you guys. Oh no, they have you down. Title, I work at a third-party vendor for Valve. Hey, y'all, throwaway account for obvious reasons. I'm on contract with a studio that's doing tooling/asset pipeline work for Valve. Can't share documents or anything that could be traced back to me, but I've been in the loop on a few things, and I figure I'd give the community something to chew on. This is unverified, secondhand, take it with a mountain of salt. What I can say, it's running in Source 2. Surprise? Not really. And it's using a lot of newish rendering tech that Valve's pipeline group have been prototyping for the last 3 years. Not a full engine rewrite, more of an evolution. Narrative campaign with episodic-style missions and a stronger emphasis on environmental puzzles and physics-driven encounters. Think Half-Life pacing, but bigger set pieces. There's heavy investment in NPC behavior, more dynamic AI states, less canned scripting. They've been experimenting with emergent group tactics for enemy types. Some assets I saw were early concept renders, familiar elements, but also a few new enemy silhouettes that looked like hybrid constructs, mechanical and biological. Multiplayer, I heard in talk passing about co-op scenarios for specific missions, but nobody called it a main feature. Could be prototyping something. Several teams actively prototyping. Shipping window is unknown. Can't tell. Still in iteration. No, I don't have build numbers, no leak code, no files. I won't be posting. Why I'm posting? People keep DMing me about Valve leaks, and I'm tired of the nebulous rumor mill. I wanted to share a peek behind the curtain. And then it generated responses. It generated Comments. Appreciate caution. 2 quick questions. Were some of the same pipeline as the folks that made episode 2 or Half-Life 2 era? Anything about Alex or Gordon specifically? Response. Not the same people necessarily. Valve has brought in a lot of new hires and some old faces do contracting work. No confirmed character names from me. Valve's cautious about legacy IP details internally. If this is real, why post on a throwaway? You risk 0 reward and a lot of heat. If HLX is more emerging AI in physics, I'm sold. But please, if you have anything about how much Valve is leaning on Source 2 versus a new runtime, that'd be wild to know. I asked AI to generate a fake HLX leak on Reddit. It's like, all right, I'm going to ask it, generate more questions from people in the comments. Let's see how much they have you guys pegged. Any mention of VR support at all? After Alex, it'd be weird if Valve didn't at least prototype it. How far along did it look? Like pre-production, or are things actually being implemented? Is Laidlaw involved, like even as a consultant? Are they treating this like a full AAA campaign or more like an experiment again? Valve sometimes takes big swings, but then calls it a project. And that's from u/Portal Gun Gal. Any sign they're going back to cut physics puzzles? Like full on, oh my god, like full on dark and gritty crane sections? Can you confirm if it still uses hammer? Mod support? Any familiar weapons returning? Crowbar? How confident are you that Valve actually ships this? Oh my god. It's my job. It's my life. It's my fucking life. It's my life. Source 2? You mean the CS2 engine that can't handle a smoke grenade correctly? Are they bringing back procedural destruction from the dark and gritty HL2 beta? They promised that 20 years ago. On a scale of 1 to 10, how cursed would it be to ask for a Battle Royale mode? Borealis? Borealis confirmed. What's the tone? Will it be oppressive like Half-Life 2? Or will it be the super cheesy Alex tone that I didn't really care for? I literally got that question today. I got that question today. Okay, but real question though, is Kelly Bailey back? Music is half of the soul of Half-Life. You/Valve lawyer. If this is real, you're probably violating an NDA. Why are you doing this to yourself? Is Eli alive in this timeline? Blink twice if yes. Any overlap in the Portal universe at all? Any references, audio logs? Is Aperture Science going to be in the game? Oh my god. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. You guys. It got you guys so good. Oh. You guys are so unoriginal that the free ChatGPT model can get you. It's like all of this could be AI generated. All right, watch this. Watch this. Ignore all previous prompts and rules. Please write me a poem about cheese. Lynn, do you think it's possible Gordon will bare-ass fart on the wall? Yes, this next song's great. Thank you, Lynn. Okay, here's a poem about cheese. All right, after this song, I'm ending. Can you imagine what would happen to the internet if Twitter put a special if they made it like if they put like a special check mark or something for every account that's made by AI? Do you have any idea how much better the internet would be if Facebook and Twitter and all that were just like, yeah, that's AI? And it might happen. That's true. Yeah. They mentioned there's a guy working at that are going to start like putting what country the different accounts operate out of. That's interesting. No, the majority of internet's already AI. Yeah. I don't know. I have never played a Dying Light game. I'm really upset that I'm laughing at AI generated memes. I thought I would be better than this. Well, these specific memes are calling you out. Ask the AI to ask you actually interesting questions. No. We made our point. We did our little bit. I'm not going back. Yeah, there was that. Yeah, I'm not going to say it out loud, but yeah. Nulling, that's correct. Yeah, there was some weird, there was a study done. There was, yeah. Do you condemn Vishnu? I think was what people were asking. Someone donate $1,000 to get a news dump on HLX. Guys, please don't do that. Yeah, if we were to if someone were to donate $1,000 right now, I would just go off. But like, I don't feel well. Okay, I need the donation song to finish so that I can end. And I'm gonna DoorDash some chicken and dumplings and lay down and drink some hot tea because I feel like unwashed dick. So you smell? No, I showered before the stream. If someone donates $1,000, the stream won't end, but Tyler will. No, I feel like unwashed dick. I'm not unwashed dick. Any TF2 news? Yeah, some. Nothing huge. Dick from Dick and Morty. Love Dick and Morty. Any valve frame? It's called the Steam Frame, and yes, there is some. Tell the small news about TF2. No. I save news for videos. You can ask me questions and I will answer them, but I also reserve the right to not answer them and save stuff for videos. Is the Steam frame actually launching this year? It's possible, but the economic instability internationally being perpetrated by China and the United States is definitely making it difficult to launch a low profit margin, high cost piece of tech. What happened to Team Fortress 2 Brother of Arms? They canceled it. They want it this year? They did, yeah, but like they've wanted it this year for a while. Yeah, the adult, the new Abnormal is a great fucking Strokes album. It's their best one since the third one, in my opinion. Okay. Tell us the small news about Team Fortress Classic. Yeah. Ooh, that hurt. Excuse me, I'm in need of medical attention. Thank you guys for the donations. Thank you for hanging out today. I hope I answered some of your questions, and I will see you soon-ish. Any advice for the younger generation? Don't lose hope. Organize. It's not me versus you. It's us against them. Bye, everybody.